up, YouTube? Stacy coming back at you again. Hope you're having a great day. It's a really warm day here in Colorado. As you can tell, I've got some overheating pops. They got water. It's okay. But today is going to be try to be a quick video. The last one I rambled a lot. But this one's going to be a quick video on it's just plants and animals update. Now, you just watched me build that bucket. That bucket right there. Just thought I'd show you one more time how quick and easy it is. This one is, I know it looks a little sad, but that's my fault. It got a little dry, but it's bouncing back. This one is a black cherry tomato. It's supposed to get really dark color. That'd be cool to try. And of course, I put it in my self-wicking buckets. Now, you can just forego the pot at the bottom and the pipe, and just plant it straight in the bucket and pop some holes at the bottom. But then you lose all your water. The way I do it is, at least you've got a water reservoir at the bottom. So if you forget to water in a couple days, it's got all that water down below to help it keep going. That's why mine are so big. If you shake my buckets right now, you'll hear the water at the bottom. And the last time I put any water in these was about a week ago. And they still have a bunch of water at the bottom. And they're looking really good. These are my peppers. This is my poblano pepper right here. This one is my sweet banana pepper. As you can see, I've got 3 on it, and there's more coming, and they're starting to get more flowers at the top. Now, if you remember in my in one of my other videos about the self-wicking buckets, these were little blobs at the time. These were called rocket tomatoes. I got those at the dollar store. And that's how far they've come along so far. No flowers, but they're looking good. Now this one right here, this is the one I did with the video called My Secret Way of Planting Tomatoes. If you remember, I sliced the tomatoes and put them in. You'll have to go back and watch that video to get all of it. But let me show you how well they're doing. Let me switch over. See? It is working. It does take a bit of time, but just have a little patience and you will get your little tomatoes. Where'd it go? There it is. Sprouting up. Now I have several coming up in here. There should be more pretty soon. If I can. There they are. Yeah, there. But it does work. There's proof right there. I didn't swap anything out. I did leave the plastic on for about 2 weeks, just as a hothouse effect. But they are growing. This technique does work. I just thought I'd give you an update on it and show you how it's working. So those are my self-wicking buckets. Up here I do have, hold on. I do have my, this is a yellow watermelon. And it's starting to go nuts. That's my purple basil. And up there, I've never grown this before. This is the first time. I thought I'd put it over here rather than in the garden so I can watch it. Okra. I like okra. I like any vegetable. But that one's okra. So let me take you around and show you some of the other plants. And I'll show you the chickens, the little chickens, how they're doing. And the baby quail, they're still inside, but I'll take you inside and show you those here in a little bit. So let me go down the stairs and I'll show you the rest. Down here is sort of my fruit garden. I've got black raspberries, red raspberries, strawberries. There is a blueberry bush over there. There's a couple different kinds of strawberries. But right here, I don't know if any of you have ever tried one, but can you see those fruit? right there. There, see it now? Those are called gooseberries. Now this is my gooseberry bush. It is seriously taken off this year. As you can see, it is rather big. Has nasty thorns on it. I have this chair sitting here so it kind of props up on it so the dogs don't hit it, because it gets some pretty gnarly thorns, as you see right there on it. And I'd hate for the dogs to go running and hit it. So let's go over and I'll show you the quail. Here is my outside quail. They are doing really good. Yes, they look a little shabby right now, but that's just because of the dude. He's roughly mating with them. I don't have my newborns out here yet. They're not quite old enough. They're close though. As you can see, they're hot. That's why I leave their door open, because it's nice and cool in there so they can go in and out whenever they want to. But that's my quail. They're doing good. Now, unfortunately, I've noticed that I do have a mystery creature problem still. If you're wondering what that is, you'll have to go back and watch one of my other videos. It's called Mystery Creature. Now, he's gotten kind of savvy to the trap. So, you see I've got a dog bone in there. Now, there is a piece of fish line tied to it. Now, it goes up and over and to the trigger. So when he pulls on the dog bone down here, it should pull on the trigger up there, and I'll hopefully catch him. If I do, I'll show you in another video. But for now, let's go look at the little chick. As you can tell, they are intermingling pretty well. There are still a couple of squabbles. They always think they're starving. There's some squabbles here and there, but so far so good. As you can see, I took the other cage out. I didn't need it in here anymore. The ducks are being really loud. I didn't need it in here anymore, so I just took it out. Angry Bird decided to behave herself. She's off over there in the corner. But there's the new little chickens. They're all okay. They haven't quite understood that they're supposed to go inside at night. I have to come out and pick them up one by one and put them inside. Eventually they'll get it, hopefully. But everybody's doing good here. All the chickens, all the ducks, all getting along. Of course, I still have the bigger ducks separated. They keep trying to make a chuck. Don't want that, that'd be nasty. And you can see they're all sunbathing. I do have lots of tree coverage, so they get lots of shade all day. And I'm always out here making sure they have water. That's the biggest thing this time of year, is make sure everything has water. So, that's the chickens. That's the little chickens. Let me go around and show you the garden. Okay, we're over here at the garden. As you can see, I do need to get out here and weed again. But that is a never-ending chore with a garden. It's just what's going to happen. It's part of it. But as you can see, my broccoli and cauliflower are doing really good. I don't quite see any heads yet, but there should be soon. And this is my purple cabbage. It's doing really good. As you can see, it's got a, I can show it. There's a little tiny head down there. I don't know how well you can see it. And one starting in there. There's a little tiny cabbage head going. And then over here is my Brussels sprouts. Don't quite have any on there yet. But down there, as you can see, I need to weed again. But there is some cucumber plants down there. And then that's squash. And that's other different kinds of squash down there. Now, some areas look better than others because a dog got in here and decided to dig holes and throw my seeds everywhere. So that's why this end isn't quite as full, but it's squashed, so it should overtake and be just fine. Down there at the end is some beets that are wanting to bolt. I'm going to have to come out here and trim those, or pull them up, or something. Either way, down there is bolting beets. So that's the garden. Doing good so far. Getting ready to have some cabbage. I'll get out here and pluck all these weeds again, or use that tool that I showed you, and then I'll toss them all to the chickens. So that's the garden. Let me go inside and show you the baby quail and the puppies. They're doing good too.
Oh, I didn't show you this. These are some long planters I made out of some fence panels. And they're over here on the side of the greenhouse. I planted them about 2-3 weeks ago with a bunch of stuff. There's some peas, morning glory, sunflower seeds, marigolds because they're a good deterrent of bugs. So that's going really well. Just thought I'd show you real quick before I head inside.
One quick thing about this tomato plant. I know what you're thinking. Why did you plant it? Why did you plant it so deep? It's not going to survive. With tomatoes, when you buy them this way, they like to be planted deep. It keeps you from having leggy tomatoes, if that makes sense, if you know what that means. Because anywhere the soil touches on the stem, it will start roots. So when I buy tomatoes like this, I tend to plant them deeper. It gives them a bit more structure so they don't fall over so easily, and makes them less leggy. And again, wherever the soil touches on the stem, it'll throw out roots. So I didn't plant that too deep. Brats. There they are. There's the puppies. What? What? Well, tell everybody hello. Come. There's Big Bear. There's Big Bear. You gonna say hello? Are you gonna say hello? Well, what? You being shy? What's up, pretty boy? Yeah. He's a good boy. And there's Honey. There's little Honey. Yeah. She's so sweet. She looks a lot like her mama. I know I say that every time, but she looks a lot like her mama. It looks like Big Bear would be the older sibling. Nope. If you go back into my Daisy's surprise video, I know it's kind of really hard to hear me. I wasn't quite sure how loud to talk yet. That's one of my first videos. I've learned to speak up. If you go back to that video, I explain everything. That Honey was first. She's the very first one. And then 4 hours later, Bear came. And I'm lucky to have him. He almost didn't make it. I explain it more in that video. You'll have to turn it up really loud to hear it. But he came really close to not being here. I had to really work to get him to breathe again. But if you want to hear more about that, you have to go back over to the Daisy's surprise video. And I talk more about that. Now over here is my little quail, my baby quail that I hatched out myself. Now, they do think they're starving. I know it's dirty in there. I'm going to clean it up as soon as I get off of here. That was one of my chores for today. They're all doing really good. Unfortunately, it kind of looks like I have 3 boys and 2 girls. I was really hoping it would be the other way around. I will explain how you can tell in a later video, but I do have all 5 still. They think they're starving, as usual. But that is their water. That's their feeder. You need that type of feeder with quail, or they will kick it everywhere and waste over half of it. Most of it. But that, sorry, I can't open the cage door any further. They will jump out, and that's all I need is to have to chase quail around with the pups in here. Because they're still inside. Give me a second, let me figure out how old they are. If my calendar is right, they are only about 3 weeks old. Now they grow super fast. And about when they're 8 weeks old, they should be able to go outside. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that yet. I may end up having to make a separate pen just for the males so they all don't kill each other. Because during mating season they get a little aggressive, and with my first hatchlings I don't think I'm going to be able to cull them out. I'm a little attached to them, being my first time. But that's the quail. They're doing good. They do need to be cleaned up. I will get to that in a minute. But 3 weeks old. No puppies. No puppies. There he is. There's that big bear. Yeah. And their names do have meanings. I will get to that in a later video. This was just supposed to be an update video. There's a honey. There's honey. Yeah. So, that's all I've got for you today. Thanks for watching Just What I Do. Hope you like this update video. Please subscribe. Hit that like button. Ring the notification bell so you get notified every time I post. I post on Tuesdays and Fridays. So please subscribe if you want to see more puppy videos. And have a great day. Thanks for watching.